Donald Trump is an American politician, media personality, and businessman who made history by serving as both the 45th and 47th President of the United States. Known for his bold approach and influential presence, Trump has left a significant impact on the political landscape of America. Think big and make it happen. Remember, there's no such thing as an unrealistic goal, just unrealistic timeframes. Nothing great in the world has been accomplished without passion. The future belongs to the dreamers, not to the critics. The future belongs to the people who follow their heart, no matter what the critics say, because they truly believe in their vision. Criticism is easier to take when you realize that the only people who aren't criticized are those who don't take risks. Courage is not the absence of fear. Courage is the ability to act effectively in spite of fear. There's an old German proverb to the effect that fear makes the wolf bigger than he is, and that is true. Experience taught me a few things. One is to listen to your gut, no matter how good something sounds on paper. The second is that you're generally better off sticking with what you know. And the third is that sometimes your best investments are the ones you don't make. No dream is too big, no challenge is too great. Nothing we want for our future is beyond our reach. Without passion, you don't have energy. Without energy, you have nothing. Sometimes, by losing a battle, you find a new way to win the war. I try to learn from the past, but I plan for the future by focusing exclusively on the present. That's where the fun is. My whole life is about winning. I don't lose often. I almost never lose. In the end, you're measured not by how much you undertake, but by what you finally accomplish. When you hit a wall, find ways to go under and over, but never give up. What separates the winners from the losers is how a person reacts to each new twist of fate. When somebody challenges you, fight back, be brutal, be tough. If you're interested in balancing work and pleasure, stop trying to balance them. Instead, make your work more pleasurable. If you love what you do, if you love going to the office, if you really like it, not just say it, but really like it, it keeps you young and energized. I really love what I do. The harder I work, the luckier I get. When you have momentum going, play the momentum. I've seen people that are extremely brilliant and they don't have the staying power. They don't have that never give up quality. I've always said that other than bad ideas, which is a reason for failure, the ability to never ever quit or give up is something that is very, very important for success as an entrepreneur. Money was never a big motivation for me, except as a way to keep score. The real excitement is playing the game. Sometimes your best investments are the ones you don't make. I always want to think of myself as an underdog. It's a blip, not a catastrophe. As long as you're going to be thinking anyway, think big. I don't hire a lot of number crunchers and I don't trust fancy marketing surveys. I do my own surveys and draw my own conclusions. If you are a little different or a little outrageous, or if you do things that are bold or controversial, the press is going to write about you. A tiny leak can sink a ship. Leaders, true leaders, take responsibility for the success of the team and understand that they must also take responsibility for the failure. Your business and your brand must first let people know what you care about and that you care about them. I've always won, and I'm going to continue to win, and that's the way it is. Everything I do in life is framed through the view of a businessman. That's my instinct. If I go into a pharmacy to buy shaving cream, then I'm going to look for the best deal on shaving cream. I've always said, if you need Viagra, you're probably with the wrong girl. We must speak our minds openly, debate our disagreements honestly, but always pursue solidarity. Sometimes you need conflict in order to come up with a solution. Through weakness, oftentimes you can't make the right sort of settlement, so I'm aggressive. But I also get things done, and in the end, everybody likes me. Part of being a winner is knowing when enough is enough. Sometimes you have to give up the fight and walk away and move on to something that's more productive. The most basic duty of government is to defend the lives of its own citizens. Any government that fails to do so is a government unworthy to lead. I always look at it that I work with my employees as opposed to them working for me. Listen to your gut, no matter how good something sounds on paper. Watch, listen, and learn. You can't know it all yourself. Anyone who thinks they do is destined for mediocrity. Get going, move forward, aim high, plan a takeoff. Don't just sit on the runway and hope someone will come along and push the airplane. It simply won't happen. Change your attitude and gain some altitude. Believe me, you'll love it up here. You will be attacked for trying to change anything. When you are wronged repeatedly, the worst thing you can do is continue taking it. Fight back. Show me someone without an ego and I'll show you a loser. Don't get sidetracked. If you do get sidetracked, get back on track as soon as possible. Ultimately, sidetracking kills you. What's the point of having great knowledge and keeping it all to yourself? One of the problems when you become successful is that jealousy and envy inevitably follow. There are people, I categorize them as life's losers, who get their sense of accomplishment and achievement from trying to stop others. As far as I'm concerned, if they had any real ability, they wouldn't be fighting me. They'd be doing something constructive themselves. Think big. You're going to be thinking anyway, so think big. Entrepreneurs are always taking feedback, especially from their customers, bankers, workers, and sales force. Without straightforward feedback, entrepreneurs cannot make sound decisions. I like to think of the word focus as follow one course until successful. When people are in a focused state, the words I can't, I'll try, I'll do it tomorrow, and maybe get forced out of their vocabularies. As an entrepreneur, I choose my teachers carefully, very carefully. I'm extremely cautious of the people with whom I spend my time and to whom I listen. A brand is two words: the promise you telegraph and the experience you deliver. The most important thing in life is to love what you're doing, because that's the only way you'll ever be really good at it. Take the pains required to become what you want to become, or you might end up becoming something you'd rather not be. Most people think small because they are afraid of success, afraid of making decisions, afraid of winning. The harder you work, the luckier you get. Always think positively and expect the best. The worst of times often create the best opportunities to make good deals. Go forth into the world and turn your hopes and dreams into action. America has always been the land of dreams because America is a nation of true believers. Leverage. Don't make deals without it. Take blips in stride. Instead of trying to deflect problems or obstacles and send them off in another direction, try to embrace them. Turn them into something positive. You can often disarm people this way and get them on your side. Don't get too attached to your ideas. Adjust, adapt, and take things in stride. Never stop fighting for what you believe in and for the people who care about you. Success comes from failure, not from memorizing the right answers. The more predictable the business, the more valuable it is. Focus is essential to success, and successful people are those who can focus. I'm a bit of a P.T. Barnum. I make stars out of everyone. Sometimes, understanding other people's problems is the key to finding opportunities. Stay confident even when something bad happens. It is just a bump in the road. It will pass. If you have laws that you don't enforce, then you don't have laws. This leads to lawlessness. We must understand that governments cannot create real jobs. Only entrepreneurs can do that. It's next to impossible to build a successful business without relationships. In business, cooperation is essential to success. The worst things in history have happened when people stop thinking for themselves and listen to other people, and even worse, start following other people. That's what gives rise to dictators. Building a brand may be more important than building a business. I wasn't satisfied just to earn a good living. I was looking to make a statement.